Clinton was immediately plunged into the culture wars after entering office. On the campaign trail, Clinton had mentioned ending the ban on gays in the military, a position he reiterated when asked about it in January 1993. At least 15,000 gay people had been dismissed from the military in the past decade. While Clinton said he wanted to overturn the ban slowly, it put him at odds with conservatives and the Bush-appointed chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, Colin Powell. Said Powell, the military leaders in the armed forces of the United States continue to believe strongly that the presence of homosexuals within the armed forces would be prejudicial to good order and discipline, and we continue to hold that view. Clinton's gay and lesbian supporters waited for him to make good on his promise. Few people liked Clinton's choice to roll out his don't ask, don't tell policy within 9 days of entering the White House, though a pacified Powell remarked that the issue of same-sex desire would drop off the screen quickly. But this was far from the truth. In the years leading up to Don't Ask, Don't Tell, there was a swelling of gay culture and depiction of it in media. Madonna introduced voguing from the thriving Black and Latino ballroom culture in 1990. That same year, the documentary Paris is Burning showed the dynamic culture of the New York ballroom scene. In 1993, singer and drag queen RuPaul would debut Supermodel, featuring the voice of actress and former burlesque star LaWanda Page. Multiple pieces of media depicted the queer community and HIV/AIDS, from Angels in America, a 7-hour Broadway show, to the Oscar-winning movie Philadelphia. 1993 also saw the Seinfeld episode popularizing the gag, not that there's anything wrong with that, when main characters George and Jerry were mistaken as lovers.
All that was on purpose. We're not gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
No, of course not.
I mean, it's fine if that's who you are.
Absolutely.
I mean, I have many gay friends.
My father's gay.
Hold off. And now everyone at NYU thinks I'm gay. Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Not at all. No, everyone's gonna think we're gay.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
A 1994 episode of Roseanne entitled Don't Ask, Don't Tell featured a kiss between Roseanne and another woman on her visit to a gay bar. Though ABC wasn't going to originally air the episode because of controversy, it got 30 million live viewers. There was also a gay wedding, and a main character also later came out as a lesbian.
Alright, her name is Marla. I'm seeing a woman.
In 1994, MTV began airing season 3 of The Real World, featuring Pedro Zamora, a Cuban-American gay man living with HIV/AIDS. He died from his illness hours after the season finale aired. During this decade, numerous celebrities also came out of the closet.
I think this one still deserves the new and improved 2 snaps, a twist, and a kiss.
From 1990 to 1994, In Living Color included the Men on Film segment that poked fun at black gay men. Said then GLAAD associate director Donald Shuggs, "I used to watch it with my black gay friends and just hoot. Then one night, I watched it in a straight bar. Those people weren't laughing at it for the same reasons I was." Still, there were much more realistic depictions of queer people to be found, like in the aforementioned Philadelphia, and Rent, the award-winning musical by Jonathan Larson that premiered off-Broadway in 1996. Sadly, Larson died the night before the premiere. One of my mom's favorite movies, the 1995 To Wong Foo Thanks for Everything Julie Newmar, was the first major movie to focus on drag queens and was a box office success because it featured actors who usually starred in masculine roles.
Meet Vida Bohème.
Enchanté.
Why are you crying?
Maybe she just found out Menudo broke up.
Miss Noxzema Jackson.
Jesse's daughter.
And their protege, Kiki Rodriguez.
I'm the Latino Marilyn Monroe. I got more legs than a bucket of chicken.
Wrote Jess Cagle in a 1995 piece called The Gay 90s. Quite simply, gay sells. Noting the uptick in homoerotic images and advertisements meant to appeal to all men, he wrote, "It's no accident that advertising was at the vanguard of the gang of America, as the first business to realize that homosexuals comprise a very desirable demographic. Not the largest demographic, but one with powerful handfuls of disposable income." These sentiments, depictions of LGBT people in media, plus the continued rise of LGBT activism that we'll discuss in episode 6, intensified the gays and the military issue and Don't Ask, Don't Tell, along with fanning the flames of hatred that would spawn violence. Not only did gay people feel betrayed by the lack of protection and affirmation that Don't Ask, Don't Tell offered, but homophobic conservatives were pissed and middle-class economic voters were annoyed that Clinton, who billed himself as not beholden to special interests, seemingly prioritized a special interest so soon after becoming president. But some were supportive of the DADT, hopeful that it was just the beginning. Since 1973, the military had been volunteer only, and it was changing in perception. It seemed only right that what military people did off the clock should be their own business. Said the Washington Post, professional military is increasingly a career like any other. It should be subject to the standards and demands of civilian society.